been addressed by our elected officials, both on the General Assembly as well as City Council and even Congress. And so today, to coincide with the reconvening of the Georgia General Assembly, we decided to march on Georgia.
Would you speak to people who see this as a very different case than the death of George Floyd in Minnesota? Because Mr. Brooks resisted arrest, because he grabbed a taser, because he fled. In your mind, is this a different case?
I believe this is not an isolated circumstance. This is a continuation. Even as we saw it, we don't even have to look at George Floyd's case, even though we do. We don't even have to look at it to see that there's a history of problems. DeAndre Phillips, who was also killed in his car here in the city of Atlanta. We have Oscar Kane, who was killed here in the city of Atlanta. We have Jimmy Atkinson, who was killed in the city of Atlanta. So Anthony Hill was killed by a police officer in the state of Georgia, who was, I think it was over in Gwinnett County, DeKalb County. And so what we have is a continuation of the kind of dehumanizing violence that continues to lead us and more people are dead. If we're going to have a police department and law enforcement that's called to protect and serve, but every single time we have one of these cases, it always is a black man who ends up dead while a white man or a white woman, ends up behind bars. This is just simply unacceptable.
Your organization said that Rashad Brooks was killed for sleeping. Do you argue that the police could have just, having woken him up, just sent him home?
Well, that's exactly what he was trying to do. He was sleeping in his car because he was intoxicated. So rather than drive, he was like sleep.
Right.
The fact that somebody called the cops on him because he was sleeping is indicative of a deeper social ill.
Right.
That every time there is an issue with black bodies or black people doing something, they call the police, and then the police ended up, escalating the force and end up with another black man dead. That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, who called
the fact that
police
they were
on
even called in the first place instead of somebody just simply calling him an Uber or just simply not in their business.
Right.
You want a change in policing culture. Your organization has said there needs to be a change in policing culture. What does that mean to you?
It means that there's one in the city of Atlanta. That means to divest from police. There's way too many police officers. Mayor Bottoms has called for even more police, but the city of Atlanta has, one of the highest police per capita rates in the nation.
Right.
There's way too many people. The oversaturation of law enforcement and militarization is indicative of a deeper problem, and that we prioritize, police and criminal activity over education and essential services like Medicare and healthcare.
Right.
So, this is just one of many issues, and this is deeper than just law enforcement. There's a need for a paradigm shift that actually prioritizes the humanization of its people. And until that happens, we're going to continue to see this, and that's why we march on Georgia.
So they fought that drug war from the 80s, 90s to the 2000s. And now we know that these drug wars and shit is gangs and cartels. So they can start putting money back into these schools and these community programs. Because when I grew up, I had places to go play basketball. I had places to go and play tennis. I had places to go swimming. I didn't have to hang out on the streets. And all that money was taken from these community centers and given to militarize these police precincts.
This is deeper than a funding question, but the funding part of the question shows us the
Put the funding back into the community.
The mayor is black or white. What matters is that people who are dead in the street continue to be, ignored. And that, the very causes of
they say an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of incarceration. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't be
Something like that.
Be something that would cost money, though. Changing the culture is something.
Got too many cops. He said there's too many cops per capita in Atlanta, and they're all black frat boys. I lived in Atlanta.
Over just allowing there to be a continuation of wrongful death suits, having to pay unemployment claims because some officer got fired, or those kinds of things. So if it costs money, then so be it. I mean, if we seem to have enough money every time we need to hire more officers, I think we should do the right thing. And also,
if you have too many police, all of them still have a quota. That's the hammer nail scenario. Walk around with a hammer, everything's a nail. As a cop, you must write tickets, you must make arrests.
In Mexico, there's been a surge.
You must add to the quotas. And if you don't add to the quota, you'll be demoted to the point to where you'll be let go for, what do they call it, ineffectiveness. So the question is, see, soon as this happened, I saw 10 YouTubers, 10 black YouTubers, 10 black men. Soon as this happened, came out with episodes. Oh, this was his fault. I even saw somebody fix their face and say he deserved it. But I'm not going to go into that. You know what I mean? Because there's despicable niggas everywhere. and I won't even personally address that type of verbiage. Black fake fuck niggas. So, black male YouTubers, the first ones to go out there and say Rashad, oh, he did it to himself. It was justified. It was justified. Let me steal a little bit of a Martin Luther King speech, if I will. I have a dream that in the future, my sons and daughters can do the same thing that little white kids do and not be shot dead in the streets. I hope that my child can sleep in his car and the cops just wake him up and tell him to go home. The breathalyzer, the guns, you get the point. Little white kids can do shit like that. Little white kids can sit in their car. Now the boy pulled over because he's drunk. The boy know he can't make it home. The boy pulls over and parks his vehicle. But here we go, some Karen. You see, we forgot the Karen element. How'd the cops get there, people? Who called the goddamn cops? So Karen, the invisible Karen, I want to hear the 911 call. They called the police on this boy. The police should have never been called. See, y'all quick to jump to the, he grabbed the taser, which is a dangerous weapon, so the cops had to put him down. Black people are saying that shit. Yo, the Stockholm Syndrome is real. We hate our own fucking people. White people will sit there and tell you Charles Manson don't deserve to be killed. But black man, he can jaywalk and get shot. And black people, the first ones to say, well, if he wasn't jaywalking, you know, there is laws against it. I know what it is, man. Y'all niggas ain't have good upbringings, man. Y'all niggas had it fucked up, man. Sorry, y'all must have had it fucked up, man. Oh, shit. Niggas is stupid. Well, they didn't take... Y'all, first of all, why was the cop fired? I'm not talking about my opinion or your opinion. Why was the cop fired? Why did the police fire the officer? Why did they fire him? Because it was unjustified. Just because you're running with a stun gun, I don't give a fuck if you're popping or shot. Just running with a stun gun, running from the cops, it's not justifiable to shoot you in the back and kill you. I even saw niggas talk about, oh yeah, he already hit one of the cops with the stun gun because you saw the cop fold up when he got shot. The man was asleep in his car. If I was a cop and that happened, I would have sat there and chased this nigga from 30 feet behind and would have said, boy, you better put that shit down. It's not a dangerous weapon unless overused or used on the wrong person. You know what I mean? It's actually a de-escalation weapon. You know what I mean? So the cops would have got de-escalated with their own shit, not killed. If you can walk around here shocking niggas, why you so scared to take a shot yourself? It ain't like you got a second shot for the partner. He stunned you, the partner stunned him. You know, this is all ad hominem. I know that. But nigga, I'm not and emotional. What the fuck is this shit? Yo, all you do is just say Rashad deserved what he got is his fault. You know what this up, right? You a hoe. You's a straight hoe for views, nigga. You trying to get the Officer Chatham and ABL wave because you know there's money in that. You know there's viewership in that. You trying to cross over and get your white viewership up. I feel you, Paul. I'm not comfortable with black people getting killed for shit, especially not by no fucking slave catchers. Gotta lost y'all fucking mind. Jesus Christ. White people ain't even putting out episodes. Well, he deserved it. The black people, this niggas. Niggas, it's the niggas. He did it to himself. Ramil, I saw Ramil do it in his own slick way. I'm not even gonna go for real because I know what Ramil be going for. You know what I mean? What was the name of Ramil's episode? Something about prevention is better than something, which is true. If you don't put yourself in certain situations, the police can't get a hold of you. I get the gist of what he's saying. But yo, he was sleeping in his fucking car. How many of y'all know that a car? And a Ramil Amir, you should know this more than anyone living in Atlanta. Because this is where I use this law against a police officer when I lived down there for 8 to 10 years. Your car is an extension of your home. Let me say that again. The niggas trying to act like they don't know this. Your car in Atlanta is an extension of your home, which is a clause I use when police pulled me over and I had a firearm in my car. Oh, why you have fire in the car? Because this is an extension of my home. This is my home on wheels. It goes with me to protect me. I got something to protect my home and something to protect me when I'm moving. Police let me go on my motherfucking merry way. But your car is... See, everybody's leaving out the fact that this man was minding his business in his home. Remember, his car is an extension of his home. This man is in his home. His mobile home. And cop comes tap on the wall. He gets out. Hey, what's up? I'm asleep. Oh, we need to do a breakfast. For what? For what? I pulled over. I parked. I'm minding my business. Now so fast y'all forget the Karen element. Now Karen ain't minding her business. Karen would have called police on people. So Karen done walked by this black man sitting in his car, minding his fucking business, and then Karen would have called the police. Where's the 911 call? Who the fuck called the police on this man? Where's the 911 call? And you black, burnt, nasty, funky, stink, broke, poor pieces of shit niggas that's quick to say your own people deserve to get shot in the back from grabbing a taser and running. Oh, but what if the cop got shot with the taser? But the cop, with the taser, he can't afford to get hit with the taser. Oh, no, not the cop. Not the cop. He had to do. I'm fucking out, man. Despicable, man. I mean, I'm trying to get into real estate, man. I'm thinking about buying 3-4 more houses, man. Because I can't do this social media shit no more. I'm going to start flexing on you poor ass niggas, man. Y'all niggas is hoes, man. Put me back on suspension, YouTube.